morning, everybody. Well, afternoon, everybody. Toast to you and all you do. I hope you're having a fantastic day today. We are here on our introspective journey. So today is day 12. If you're just joining us, welcome and thank you for being here. If you are welcoming back, thank you for being here also. As always, these questions don't have to be done in chronological order. The importance is that you spend that time with yourself throughout this darkness to really be present with yourself and go deeper and understand who it is you are and who you want to be, and spend that quality time with yourself. So we are on day 12 of our introspective journey, and it is Friday. So I hope everybody's having a great Friday and has big plans. Something fun for the weekend. All right, so today's question is, what is unconditional love? And do I have that in my life? Am I sharing that? Am I receiving that? And when we start to ask this question, the first part is pretty straightforward. What is unconditional love? So start by really defining that for you. It should definitely include things like no strings attached, you're not judging, there's no tit for tat, it's not back and forth, there's not like, I'll love you if you do these things. Because that's not unconditional. Unconditional really is that you love this person no matter what. And we often think of the relationship between a mother and a child or a father and a child and that unconditional love that you have for your child. It's not always there, so that's not always a great example, but it is that unconditional, undying, no strings attached kind of thing. And once you have written down your definition for that and you really thought about that and spent a minute thinking about that, maybe a little meditation and just kind of pondering on that thought, then start to look into your life and see where you are giving unconditional love. And I always recommend starting with what you're giving instead of what you're getting, because it's important to start with yourself. You can spend all day analyzing everybody else, and it's not going to really help you. At the end of the day, what's important is how you feel and what you're doing about those feelings and how you're expressing that and you. So that's what we're here for. So start by sharing, not sharing. I mean, if you want to share with me, I would love to hear your stories. But start by writing down what it is that you're giving in your unconditional love. What relationships you have where you're sharing that unconditional love. That's a better way to say that. And if you're looking at your relationships and you're thinking, okay, well, I love this person except when they do that. Is that unconditional love? How are you supporting these people? And keep in mind when you're thinking about this that it's not necessarily all giving. You have to have boundaries. And so while you're considering your unconditional love, do you give yourself boundaries? Are you creating space for yourself to be safe and secure and healthy and happy and all of that stuff? So there has to be boundaries. You have to be able to say no. A prime example of this is when you are in a relationship with an addict. And you can love this person and you can support this person and you can be there for this person, but there has to be a point in which you say, this is the line. I cannot continue to support you while you're being so self-destructive. And that's loving them too. Because sometimes people need to hear that. Sometimes people need to be told, you know what, it's time. If you can't take care of yourself and love yourself and be a productive part of this relationship, then we can't be in this relationship. And that can come from any relationship, family, friends, spouses, and even your children. We get to a point in a relationship where it's unhealthy, no matter how much you love them. And so as you begin to look at your relationships, do you have that going on somewhere? Is there somewhere where you say, oh, I really, really love this person, but I'm not showing them this love? Maybe you're really harsh with them, or maybe you take out all of your stress on them because they're there and they'll take it because you know that they love you too. And that's also not a healthy relationship. You have to respect their boundaries and make sure that this is in a healthy, productive place. So, I just want to make sure that I'm covering everything. the important things is that you find the places where you're sharing love and you see if that's unconditional. One of my favorite new mantras is there is an endless source of love inside of me. And that's one of those things. It is. Love multiplies, love grows. Love is an outward kind of energy. And so are you sharing that energy? Are you nurturing that energy? And don't forget about yourself. Are you showing yourself unconditional love? Are you taking care of yourself? Are you maintaining your relationship with yourself? If you're here doing these videos, there's probably a part of you that is doing that. So reward yourself for that. Honor yourself for that. Say, hey, good job for loving yourself and really honoring the relationship you have with yourself. Because if you can't love yourself, it's really hard to love other people. So really, you should start there. Do you love yourself unconditionally? Are you taking care of yourself unconditionally? Are you setting up healthy boundaries? Are you maintaining good, healthy relationships? And respecting yourself in that way. We live in a world of swiping, left, swipe right, swipe, swipe, swipe. And you see so many people who are going through relationships so quickly, but they're not loving themselves in those moments. Maybe you need to think about that. Maybe you've secluded yourself over COVID to the point where you don't have these relationships, and you really need to nurture those and find those and make that call and reach out to those people because they're still there and they're waiting for you to call them. So where are you at in your relationships? Are you sharing that unconditional love with yourself and those around you and really nurturing yourself in that way? So again, the question today is, what is unconditional love and how do I have that in my life? So I challenge you to really think about that and ponder that and find out where you are in those relationships. So without further ado, I toast to you. Oh my God, I made it rhyme. Anyways, I hope everybody has a fantastic day and you enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you tomorrow.